Sorry for the audio technical difficulties. We're back. I'm Ben Haller alongside Evan Amazon. Early on, Fairfield driving early. Talon Fisher's having a nice time.
Yeah, that's Bivens on 2nd and 3. He's going to go nowhere.
KB Bivens gets the call again.
Alex, you're on main now.
Number 21. Bates with the tackle.
Jake Bates making a tackle there, and that's exactly what we talked about. The star linebacker duo at the top of your screen there, and Bates and Evans. One's a senior, one's a junior. And something about this Mason team, especially defensively, it's different than most of their teams, is they're a little younger than normal.
Yeah, very young secondary as well. Lost all their corners and safeties last year. It's just going to be a stoppage of play. So Fairfield early is doing a really good job converting on 3rd downs. They like to get Fisher outside of the pocket and make passes. He's running out toward the outside of the field.
Stoppage of play. We're going to talk things over.
Yeah, Fisher, a very mobile QB. We've seen Nate Hanna, star receiver for the Indians, really getting involved early. A little bit of a high snap. Fisher's going to adjust and keep it himself, and he will pick up a 1st down at the 36-yard line. So the Indians move the chains again, converting on another 3rd down.
Yeah, you wonder if that was the design play there. Fisher, kind of an awkward snap, and the defense collapsed on the outside, so left the middle wide open. That may have just been a read from Fisher, knowing he only needs to get 1 yard. That's a high IQ play by Fisher, especially for a young player like him.
Now Fisher will have no one in the backfield. 3 to his left, 2 to his right. See if this is another design run here on 1st and 10 from the 36. Fisher's going to look out to the left. And that's batted down. Good defense from the Comets there.
Good play by Caden Evans. One area he needed to improve on from last year is that pass coverage area, and I think he's shown this year that he can be that dual threat defender in pass coverage, and obviously a great run stopper, has been ever since he was a sophomore. But developing that second part of his game is huge for him.
Well, in English class, Ben, he said, we talked about it earlier in the year, and he said he's pretty good in coverage, so kind of arguing with you there.
Well, I'll gladly have that debate with him.
And a handoff, Jordan Jackson, his first carry of the game, the leading rusher for the Indians, goes all the way inside the red zone.
Yeah, Jordan Jackson, you talked about him with Fairfield driving. You think anytime a team like Fairfield is driving like that, you'd want to see Jordan Jackson getting involved, that running back, star running back for Fairfield. But we haven't seen him until that play, and his first rush of the game rips out a 1st down and more.
Yeah, Fairfield, of course, a running team. We've seen a lot of throws from Fisher, kind of when he's running toward the outside. And on the year, Fisher has 3 throwing touchdowns with 9 interceptions. So no wonder they like to run the ball a lot. And here's Jackson with some space on the outside. Excuse me, that's Hanna. So they like to use Nate Hanna a lot on those end arounds, the receiver, and he gets close to the pylon. But I believe they're going to call him down at around the 1-yard line.
He fumbled the ball, and there's no question about that. The question was he out of bounds? And I think the officials are going to say he was.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Comets.
Well, with the advancement rule, even if he did fumble it, Fairfield would not be allowed to advance it into the end zone. They just get it, if they recovered it, they just get it back where he fumbled. So, could be either of those situations.
Now Fisher trying to go up the middle, and that's some early movement from the line of the Indians. Kind of an obvious false start there. So that's a little bit of a killer. When you have 1st and goal from the 1 like that, it's almost a guaranteed touchdown, and now going back 5 yards, setting up from the 6.
Well, they tried to go extra hurry up there and catch Mason off guard, but sometimes those are the negatives of going hurry up, is just if you don't have your guys ready, then they can push you back 5 yards like it did there.
So an I formation for Fairfield with Hanna at the bottom of the screen. A handoff to Bivens. Bivens trying to find an open hole, but none there, so the Comets defense stop him up. Only about a gain of 1 on the play.
That's exactly what head coach Brian Kastner and defensive coordinator Barrett Falk want. All 11 Comets were there swarming the ball. It looked like Bivens was able to break a tackle or 2, but there were too many Comets there for him to shut off. And they had a 1st and goal at the goal line.
So Bivens and Ray Coney, the cornerback, coming in the game, playing a little fullback here. As he fakes it to Bivens, and Fisher's going to keep it himself, and he will find the end zone. So Talon Fisher picks up another touchdown, getting his 7th rushing touchdown of the year.
Well, that was either a beautiful design play or a beautiful read from Fisher, the wide receiver is able to draw the corners out, draw the defense out, giving Fisher just enough room to find the corner of the end zone. And they're going with that Michigan play that we saw a few years ago.
Yeah, a little bit like that Colts play on Sunday Night Football when they had only the center and the defense lined up 2 guys against them that both sacked the quarterback right away.
Just trying to confuse the Comets. Looks like a normal situation here.
For a second, there's an error on the scoreboard. It looked like it was 30-6 Comets. And the kick will be good.
So Fairfield easy does it. And they take out 5 minutes off the clock, too. That's exactly what you want out of a drive. Milking some clock early in the game. And they didn't have a lot of miscues. Not a lot of penalties. They only had that 1 or 2 false starts. And they really just beat Mason on every play, just 4 or 5 yards on average. That's exactly what you need to score and milk time off the clock. So beautiful start from Fairfield's offense. We'll see what their defense can do against this Mason offense that's coming off a hot start.
A great game last week for the Comets. Michael Monar, 4 touchdowns, the quarterback, converted receiver and safety. Was all over the field last week making plays for the Comets, as well as Bryant Viola. We talked about his spectacular catch for the touchdown. Larson Brown, a good game as well. Nick Sailors all year just seems to be getting better every game. But this Fairfield offense on that first drive, just doing what they want to do. That's their bread and butter. Fisher, not the strongest arm, doesn't have the arm Larson Brown does, but he kind of just took what the defense gave him, moved the chains, and slowly but surely, Fairfield leads 7-0 here early.
Well, that's what makes this matchup so great, so interesting, is 2 teams with 2 totally different play styles. It feels like at all 22 positions, they have 2 different kind of players. We were going through earlier, comparing some starters.
And it's going to be caught at the 8 by Saeed Garnett. Very fast player for the Comets, and a little trickery. Doesn't fool the Indians. As Garnett tries to hand it off.
Well, there was
Jake Bates, I believe.
Saeed Garnett, that's one of our players to watch. Offensively, you want to get him out in space. That was one of the keys for Mason moving forward, getting those stars like Kobe Lewis and Saeed Garnett out in space. And offensively, we talked about Talon Fisher, the dual threat quarterback. He's 5th in the GMC in passing. Defensively, Jake Bates been the key player for Mason all year. The middle linebacker going up against Matthew Humbarger, 4th in GMC in sacks. Mason's defense is that's one area where they haven't been great at, is that pass rush. They don't have a lot of sacks on the year. We'll see if they can change that, but we know what we're getting with Hamburger for the Indians.
Yeah, one of the best defensive linemen in this game. This is a young offensive line as well. The loss of Paul Rodriguez, playing football at Kentucky, as well as Juton McLean. A big loss for this Comets team. So they're going to start out with some receivers outside. It looks like